Imagine waking up one morning to find out that the world's scammers, those shadowy digital pickpockets hiding behind fake emails, romance profiles, and investment traps, just took one of the biggest L's in cybercrime history. Not by accident, not by chance, but because 40 countries decided they'd finally had enough, rolled up their sleeves, cracked their knuckles, and teamed up like the Avengers of financial crime fighting. This wasn't a movie. It was real. And the operation had a name worthy of its impact: Operation Haechi 6. A global mission that didn't just disrupt criminals, snatched back $439 million right out of their hands. Money they stole, manipulated, and thought had vanished forever into the digital abyss. But no, this time the world pushed back. It all began in April 2025. Criminals were doing what they always do, sliding into inboxes with fake invoices, whispering sweet lies in romance chats, launching sextortion threats, and running shady online gambling and investment schemes. The usual digital gibberish. But somewhere else, far away from the scammers' keyboards, Interpol and law enforcement agencies across 40 countries were syncing up their systems, comparing notes, and preparing a coordinated strike. They weren't just trying to catch criminals. They were trying to choke off the money pipelines that kept these operations alive. And as every cybercriminal knows, when the money stops, the empire collapses. For 4 months, investigators tracked suspicious transactions like hunters on a trail. They followed money bouncing across borders, slipping through crypto mixers, disappearing into fake business accounts, and reappearing in distant bank systems. They froze accounts, flagged wallets, blocked transfers. Every digital step the criminals took left a footprint, and this time, someone was watching. When the operation finally settled in August, the scoreboard was nothing short of cinematic. Over 68,000 bank accounts blocked, nearly 400 crypto wallets frozen, more than $342 million in government-backed currency recovered, and another $97 million in combined digital and physical assets seized. Add that up, and Operation Haechi 6 landed a jaw-dropping $439 million recovery. That's not just a win. That's a global flex. But what makes this story truly satisfying are the individual takedowns, each one like its own mini-episode. In Portugal, authorities busted a network that had been stealing welfare payments from vulnerable families. Imagine the level of heartlessness it takes to reroute social support intended for people who need it most. But this time, justice walked through the door. 45 suspects were arrested, and over $228,000 was clawed back. Hundreds of families finally had their stolen lifelines restored. Meanwhile, in Thailand, a criminal ring decided to get clever with a Japanese company by pulling off a business email compromise attack, making the company think they were wiring funds to a legitimate partner. But the Royal Thai police were not having it. They swooped in and seized $6.6 million connected to the scam, turning what could have been a catastrophic financial blow into a victory for both nations. Then there's the action-packed cooperation between Korea and the United Arab Emirates. A steel company in Korea unknowingly sent about $3.9 million to a fraudulent account through forged shipping documents. Normally, once that kind of money leaves the country, it's gone. But thanks to Interpol's rapid response channel, iGrip, authorities in both nations intercepted the funds mid-flight and returned the entire amount. If this were a movie, that moment right there would have been the slow-motion replay. But none of this happened by luck. The secret weapon of Operation Haechi 6 was technology and teamwork. iGrip, the global rapid intervention of payments system, gave investigators the ability to share intel in real time. One country spots a suspicious transfer, and instantly everyone else is alerted. Within minutes, accounts get frozen, digital wallets get locked, and scammers get that oh moment they never expected. In a crime scene where money moves at the speed of the internet, iGrip basically became the digital equivalent of shutting down the highway before the getaway car even starts. The leaders behind the operation made something very clear. Yes, criminals are getting smarter, faster, and more sophisticated, but global law enforcement is evolving even faster. Theos Badage of Interpol's Financial Crime and Anti-Corruption Center emphasized that losing money to fraud doesn't have to be the end of the story. For years, people believed that once you're scammed, your money is basically gone forever. But operations like Haechi prove that recovery is more possible than most people think. And Lee Jun-hyung from Interpol Seoul pointed out something even more powerful. This is what the future of law enforcement looks like. Not isolated agencies fighting alone, but a worldwide network leaning on shared intelligence, shared tools, and shared goals. Still, beyond the numbers, beyond the millions retrieved, the real victory is the impact on everyday people. The families in Portugal who regained stolen welfare support. The Japanese company that got back millions. The Korean firm rescued from financial disaster. Tens of thousands of victims who were shown that the world can fight back, that justice can cross borders, and that cybercriminals aren't as untouchable as they think. And this entire story highlights something crucial, that everyone, individuals, businesses, governments, needs to understand. The digital world is fast, aggressive, and unforgiving. Scams evolve daily. Criminals collaborate globally. And your security is only as strong as the systems protecting you. That's why solutions like Teleris.com matter more than ever. Cybersecurity isn't just about installing antivirus software or avoiding suspicious emails. It's about building defenses that are proactive, intelligent, and constantly adapting to new threats. Teleris brings that exact mindset. Tools and strategies designed for a world where attacks don't wait, criminals don't sleep, and vulnerabilities don't announce themselves. It's the kind of security that doesn't just react, but predicts, analyzes, and shields you before danger even reaches your door. Operation Haechi 6 proved one thing. When the world unites, cybercriminals lose their greatest advantage. And just like Interpol built a global network to recover stolen funds, cybersecurity solutions like Teleris help individuals, creators, brands, and businesses build the digital shields they need to stay one step ahead. Because in this era of high-speed, high-stakes digital crime, everyone needs an ally. By the time the operation ended, $439 million had been recovered. Dozens of networks had been dismantled. Thousands of fraudulent channels were shut down, and global cooperation reached new heights.